Who is the richest man in the world? Who is the richest man in the world? Not me, Bob, not me.
Yeah, all right. So when they announced the KRS-One versus Big Daddy Kane versus battle, I wasn't really that enthusiastic about that. I wasn't really interested in seeing no battle between Kane and KRS, mostly because I think both of them are extraordinary artists, and secondly, I don't think that their styles are actually suited against each other for actual battle. And in hindsight, looking at all of this type of stuff, I think really the only artist that could actually go against KRS, like as a catalog versus catalog thing, is almost, and this is not even really a good battle per se, but the only person that's that close is actually Nas. Nas has this like a similar kind of material where there's a mix of, hood shit and knowledge shit. So, but he still doesn't have the type of catalog that KRS does. KRS has way deeper songs than Nas ever had. So, people I think are overhyped about the battle situation and overhyped about wanting to see people go against each other in a battle. And I'm not one of those people. All right, I've seen enough battles. I've seen enough MCs perform. I've judged enough battles to know that, like, that whole scene is not really what's the real defining factor of hip hop culture. People think it is, or defining aspect of rap music. People think it is, but really it's the showcase of skills. Then comes the battling. All right. So without the battles, there's really just the showcase of skills. That's what people are really trying to do. They're trying to showcase their individual originality, concept, and skills. All right. And the way that a lot of people see that happen is through battles. But most of the time, if you really think about it, it's really just in the showcasing of people's talent on their own. So like a real battle, which we'll get into at some later date, was the kind of battles that they used to have at EO Dub, end of the week. Those were tests of skills. It's not really you going one-on-one against another person. It's you battling yourself to see how good you are. And we'll talk about that some other time, and I'll show you examples of all of that. But back to this Kane versus KRS thing. Like, I wasn't really interested in it, mainly because I didn't want to see them going at each other. Because I know, for one, that they're boys. Like, I was on tour with them like 13 years ago during the Stop the Violence Movement 20th anniversary tour. And we was on the road doing shows with both Kane and Chris. And I have interview clips, which you'll probably see during a segment, that they're professing their, solidarity and love for each other as brothers, going back to the 1989.
Not
You know what I'm saying?
Fine. Take a piece of paper, sign it. This is my brother right here. And let me tell you this, what I was finishing up with. Since the beginning, Stop the Violence Movement, 1989, okay? Kane. Okay, Kane is in every move we make toward the preservation of this culture. You're gonna see Kane in it. And this is not me just bigging him up. I do that all day. No, there's documented empirical data.
The first time I ever heard Big Daddy Kane tell a story of how KRS and Miss Melody helped him move out of his parents' house into his first apartment was on that tour.
We always refer back to the time where you was moving out your house. We always go back to that because it's one of the moments in our lives where I think we both gained enlightenment, which was this: hip hop is bigger than rap.
This is during the same time of the bridge war. When him and Shan were going at it. You know, during that same time period, you know, this man came and helped me move out of my mom's crib into my first apartment. Yeah.
Tin boots and the whole nine. We in there lifting boxes and furniture, and I even kept some of his furniture. I kept some of the equipment. Now, of course, it was at the house and stuff. But the point of the matter is, and you mentioned this, at the height of the Grinch Wars now, rap music folklore is BDP, Juice Crew, Rivals. That's the folklore. That's what everyone believes. And that's what folklore is supposed to do. Myth is supposed to do that.
They're boys, like, for real. Like, they've always been part of the same movements. And so them battling is not something that I was interested in seeing. Because I do feel like KRS is the best MC actually out there. All right. When I was saying the most influential hip hoppers and the most influential rappers and most influential MCs, that's different than the best MC. All right. Overall, I think the best MC is still KRS-One. He has the biggest range of material, the biggest range of artistic styles, from, you know, ripping it fast to ripping it in different dialects, all that kind of thing. You know, so we're not talking about that. To me, KRS is undisputed the best MC. But that's not what the normal, regular people see. They look at, you know, records and top charting songs and stuff like that to say who they feel like is the best. Okay, it's not really about skills, originality, and concept, or your rhymes, or what you do for hip hop. Again, like, I feel like no one has actually tried to do more for hip hop as a culture than KRS-One. So overall, he's pretty much better than all the MCs out there. But at the same time, and I feel like he does know that himself, and egotistically, he feels like he's the number one MC in the world. He really feels like that. And there is a competitiveness in him that if you get him started, he will go at a motherfucker, no matter who it is. And I did not want to see him going at Kane. You know what I'm saying? Like, I did not want to see anything touch off to where they was like trying to disrespect the other one. All right. And luckily, the battle has happened, and it wasn't a battle. It was more of a celebration of hip hop, which is what it should have been. All right. And as you saw during that, if you rewatch it, you'll see that. You'll notice that Kane is like telling DJ Scratch, like, "Ill, chill, stop. You know, stop with the trying to battle Kid Capri and all that shit. This is not what we're doing. We're just celebrating hip hop. This is not no real battle." Because I know he knows that from knowing KRS so many years, that he knows if KRS gets in that mode, it's just gonna turn ugly. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think a lot of people thought they wanted to see that, and a lot of people still probably do wanted to have seen something like that. But it wouldn't have been cool. Not to me. You know what I'm saying? It might have been cool to some people out there that want to see drama and all that type of shit. But it wouldn't have been cool to me. So that's, you know, was my take on it. So I didn't really speak on it too much beforehand. I had these thoughts, but I didn't really want to say anything. Because I was really worried about how it would turn out. And thankfully, it didn't turn out ugly at all. It was a great night for hip hop. They brought out different artists, Nice and Smooth, Mad Lion, Das Effects, Master Ace, Craig G, you know, the B-Boys, the Breakers was out there. Shout outs to Crazy Legs and Rocksteady Crew and Pop Master Fable. You know, of course they gave love to the DJ. DJ Scratch is an ill technician on the turntables, and he is, in that sense, better than Capri in scratching and all that. But as far as a party DJ and stuff like that, Kid Capri probably had scratch on that. So they're really two different kinds of DJs. All right, they're not even the same kind of DJ. All right, so I'm glad it didn't turn into no shout outs to Buckshot too. Although I didn't feel like he should have got up in Kane's face like that. I'm glad he said "I love you" at the end, and it was no disrespect and all like that. But I just definitely didn't want no elements of it turning into no battle. You know what I'm saying? Shout outs to Hakeem Green. KRS shouted out Brick City. We'll go into that part a little bit later. But my favorite portion of the show, because I've actually seen them both perform numerous times, and that wasn't either one of their best performances. Probably not even one of their best performances that I have on tape, that I've recorded. But it was a good showcase of their skills for people to see. But the best part of it to me was KRS's freestyle. All right, so check this joint out. This is my favorite part right here.
KRS-One, with the skills I do not joke. These rappers are like fake heroin, they are not dope. Their skills I do not quote, nada. They quick to destroy my legacy like Trump did Obama. This is why I'ma load the chopper, catch them coming out of Red Lobster, turn their brain into pasta. I'm drinking on the top floor, cause my bars are higher. Original ghetto superstar, like Bras and Maya. You a MC? This a name you better know. Blastmaster KRS-One, I spit forever, yo. I spit the raw and make it so plain. When I spit next to Big Daddy Kane, I become his cocaine. Shit, I take it that far, bumping Illmatic in a fast car, feeling like I'm driving a NASCAR or NASCAR, the long laster, the blast master, the blast from the past, so you can call me Pastor. The mic got bent it. I'm not a player, I just crush a lot, no pun intended. I meant it. So he asked, who is he? I'm that dude that could have been king of New York City, but I gave it to Biggie. You get done so damn quickly. Real it got to be. That fake is not for me. I'm on top like astronomy. True philosophy, true star. If you ain't helping our people, I don't give a fuck who you are. These motherfuckers is gas. ExxonMobil. I put an oval in your vocal the size of an opal. You couldn't hang if you had a tree and a rope too. I'm that dope one, and I'm dope too. Knowledge reigning supreme, man, that's so true. I'm like a hollow point bullet. You can't see what I go through. Put the mic down, I won't do. Yo, Kane is doing shows, but I'm here to show you. Yeah. Bridge wars, we flying around Bronx and Queens. But now hip-hop scholarship cannot tolerate that. Hip-hop scholarship has to sit Kane and Chris down and say, now what about that time? There's a contradiction here. How is it that, hey, how is it he writes Roxanne Shantae's response to me? Have a nice day. KRS-One, you should go on vacation. Name sound like a whack radio station. That line was ferocious. Almost got completely taken out on that. People were saying that all over. KRS, you name sound like a whack radio station. And it does. And the whack radio station it sounded like was WRKS, which was Kiss FM in New York.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was the case, but I'm just saying.
But this is something we sat down and discussed too.
But who shot back with Roxanne Sante's Only Good for It?
No, that was before she came back.
So she came to you first?
Look, the point of the matter is rap music folklore is one thing. Hip hop's real history is something else.
So relax, we ain't never left. We here, me and my team on the line for a minute. Now we about to put the flavor in your ear. Relax, in the flesh. I ain't never left. We here, me and my team on the line for a minute. Now we about to put the flavor in your ear. Relax, in the flesh. I ain't never left. My team on the grind for a minute. Now we about to put the flavor in your ear. So relax.